Okay, hello. My name is Eli, and uh, we're going to talk today about the English taught programs in Asia, and we'll do some introductions to start. So, as I said, my name is Eli Rodriguez. I am an intercultural programs advisor here at CGIS, and I've started working here in October, dealing with the Asia programs. Um,
Thanks, Eli. My name's Ben Pipert. I'm one of the two senior intercultural advisors at CGIS. I've been here about 5 years, and I also do the Asia programs, different countries than Eli does. And then we both together do work with incoming exchange students that study through our office, CGIS. All right, so today we're going to talk about winter semester programs, which are taught in English in Asia. We have many more programs in Asia besides these four that we'll talk about, but these are the four that we offer for winter semester. We have two styles of program today that we're going to be talking about. The first group we call university exchange programs, and those are, you can see Hitotsubashi University in Tokyo, NUS, National University of Singapore in Singapore, and Yonsei University in Seoul, South Korea. And then the other style of program we have, and we'll explain what the differences are in these program types, but the other type of program we have, we call partner programs, and we'll be talking about one in northern Thailand, Chiang Mai, Thailand. And since we only have one guest right now, if you have any questions that pop up, as we're going, that would be fine. Or if you want, you can save them until the end. Okay, so the first set of programs that we're going to introduce are called university exchange programs. So these are universities that have an exchange agreement with CGIS and our office and and every semester or year, CGIS sends a number of students to that school, and then in exchange, that school sends. We try to keep it balanced, but the same number of students to So some of the main points of exchange programs are that all students must take a minimum of 12 credits while abroad per semester, just like here at So 12 to 18 credits, and you can typically fulfill your distribution requirements abroad, and in many cases, your major and minor requirements. Most students abroad tend to do, I would say, 12 to 15 credits per semester. We don't recommend doing 18 because part of the experience is not just, getting credits and grades, but also to experience the place where you'll be living for a semester or a year, get to know the culture and the people who live there. So all of the courses that exchange students take abroad, in most cases, are going to be taught in English, unless you're taking a language course. That obviously is going to be taught in the local language. And then on some exchange programs, I'm just thinking of Japan, for instance, depending on your language level, if you have high enough Japanese language skills and you're able to take a course that's taught at the university in Japan in Japanese, you would be able to do that in some cases. In most of our exchange programs, foreign language is not required. We do have one. I don't think we're talking about it today, but Japanese is required. And then if you're an LSA student, you're going to be earning in residence credit. All of the courses and grades, all of that, after you finish the program, all of that will be sent in a transcript to our office, and we'll we will process all that info, and all of it will appear in your transcript. I'll turn the other ones over to Eli.
Yeah. So at exchange programs, you will be studying alongside international students from all over the world, like it says. And there may be a lower number of University of Michigan students going on the exact program that you're going to. And it depends on how many spots that we have in which students can take to go abroad, but generally it tends to be quite small in comparison to the partner programs. And but that's not to say you won't meet other people from the area. If you come to the orientations and things like that, you'll be able to find people to help you along and go with the trip, and you will have our support as well. And you will also be studying alongside locals as well. So in the classes, there may be locals taking the same classes, taking classes with Japanese students as well, or from other areas like Singapore and Yonsei. You'll have an opportunity for a meaningful, deeper immersion and discovery of the host culture and country. So you'll have a lot of time to really immerse yourself in the different locations in the country, and you might have some time on weekends or in different periods where you won't have classes that you can take trips. Although we don't recommend going outside of the country during those times, but plan out some more ways to get familiar with the culture that you're going to. You can also become more independent this way through the exchange programs, because a lot of the things that you are going to be doing are quite independent in regards to signing up for dorms and doing the visa process, getting onto the on site. Some of these things may be a little bit more independent than a program that was through a provider would be. But it is a process that you can do. Many of our students have had really great times and experiences in the exchange programs as well, and they feel that they've been more confident and self-reliant and building these things on their way back. And usually considered competitive programs, but it all depends on the spots that are mounted, that are open to us, and it deals with exchange policy. We have a number of students that come to University of Michigan and a number of students that go out, and so that same number we try to keep it equal, so that way the policy and agreement between the two universities are equal. But just know that they will tend to be more competitive, at least in Asia.
Also, we just regarding that competitiveness, we do, since we serve LSA, we do prioritize LSA applicants for, especially if the program's competitive. If we're allowed to send, say, 2 students to X university, and 7 apply, it's the application's going to be quite competitive. But if only 2 apply, obviously it's not going to be competitive. All right, I will talk about Hitotsubashi University in Tokyo. So this is a very urban campus right in the kind of middle of Tokyo. On this, and we forgot to mention also that exchange students, they just continue to pay their tuition while studying abroad. So whatever rate you pay here at you'll just continue paying that. And there will be other expenses once you're in Tokyo. You'd be paying for your housing, your food, your daily living expenses, airfare, all that kind of stuff. So the dates for our Japan programs are a little bit different than what we have here in the US. The winter semester, which is also called the spring semester by most people, in Hitotsubashi, that doesn't begin until late March. So it goes late March to mid-August. So if you decide to do this program after the Christmas, New Year holiday break here in Michigan, you would have a couple months, it looks like, before you would be departing for Japan to begin the winter semester. So keep that in mind. And then it doesn't end until, I would say, mid-August at some point, which is quite close to when our fall semester begins. So you might want to keep those. You will be back in time for the fall semester, but you might not have a lot of time between the end of Hitotsubashi and the beginning of UM. All right, so all exchange students who go to Hitotsubashi through CGIS and many other universities around the world, they all participate in what's called the Hitotsubashi University Global Education Program, HGP. So all of your classmates are going to be many will be from the US, but also from all different countries around the world. You will take courses mainly in social sciences, which is what Hitotsubashi is known for, business, economics, law, sociology, IT, and other fields. And you do not have to take Japanese language at Hitotsubashi. Two other optional kind of courses that they offer at Hitotsubashi, if you're in the HGP program, are the Social Science Seminar and the Explore Japan Seminar. So the first one helps students learn how to maximize their study abroad experiences at Hitotsubashi. And the other one, Japan Seminar, tends to focus on all kinds of interesting things about Japanese culture. So besides your normal courses, you do have the option to take these. And I believe a lot of the exchange students do that. Okay, and up here on this slide, we just have two examples of previous CGIS students who studied at Hitotsubashi for a winter semester. You can see the courses that they took. You'll notice that each course is only worth 1 to 2 credits. So in order to get the minimum of 12, you'll have to take, my math is bad, but I think six to seven Hitotsubashi classes. Like I said, Japanese language is not required, but you'll see that both of these students, and I would say most students who study here at Hitotsubashi will be taking Japanese language courses. Because they're interested in learning the language, and that's one of the reasons they're going to Japan. And B, many have been taking Japanese language here at UM, and they want to just continue that. Not required, but it is recommended that you do take at least one basic course if you've never taken it, just because it really helps you during your time there, especially if you're there for a semester or a year. It really helps you get around the city a bit better, communicate with people, make friends, all that kind of stuff. And also well, not just Japanese, but locals really appreciate it if visitors and students who are in their country, put forth an effort and show that they're interested in and trying to learn the language. Okay, we have a question here. Let me just, can you see that, Eli? It's cut.
Oh, yeah. Would you like me to read it?
Yeah.
So, hi, I'm planning to apply for a Tosubashi University exchange program, and I was curious about the typical competitiveness for the specific program. Also, for the credit hours, how would they transfer for the same number of credits for U of M?
Okay. The competitiveness is, I would say it is competitive. We offer Hitotsubashi for the winter semester, but also for the academic year option. But most of the students who want to study there will apply for winter, and that's not just this program, that's most all of our programs. Winter is just generally more competitive because a lot of students, they want to stay at in the fall for football and new campus activities. And they also want to escape the winter here at Michigan. So most students will apply for winter. So in that way, it's competitive. And like Eli said earlier, we do have a limited number of exchange spots on the program. It's it's always just a handful. I don't want to say an exact number right now because it kind of changes depending on how many hitotsubashi send us. We have to keep the balance right, but I would say a handful, about 5 or 6 maybe, and that could change. So in that way, it's competitive. So I predict there will be a number of applicants, but also we do prioritize LSA applicants. Credit hours, uh, whatever's on your Hitotsubashi transcript, like on the previous slide with that showed the student courses that they took, uh, those would appear exactly like that on your transcript. So I'm not going to read through all of them, but the first box, Anglo-American private law for 2 credits. Let's say they got a B plus, then Anglo-American private law, 2 credits, B plus will appear on your transcript. Do you want to add anything, Eli?
Um, no, I think that makes sense. Everything. Um, I would say that there are a lot of people that are interested, that have been reaching out about Hitotsubashi for the winter specifically. So it's important that, I think that if you are considered going to make yourself more competitive, to really consider why you need to go to this program specifically, or why you have an interest in the program specifically.
Yeah, and also we not just this program, but for a lot of our study abroad programs, we'll have many students create applications in mCompass for, say, a semester,
Yeah.
and then after the deadline passes, we'll notice that, oh, I don't know, X amount never even finished their application, so it will remove those from the system and then review the ones that completed everything. All right, these are just some photos of Hitotsubashi in Tokyo. It's it does have its own campus, and it's Tokyo. I don't know if you've been there, but it's a very urban city, largest city in the world. There are a lot of people. It's a lot of energy, a lot of stuff to do all the time. So it's one of my favorite cities in the world. All right. I'll let Eli talk about NUS.
Yeah, so the university study in Singapore, or National University of Singapore, NUS, is another university exchange program. So you would be paying U of M tuition, just like the others. And the dates actually line up better with the semester at University of Michigan, more so than the programs in Japan that are exchange. You'll be starting early January to mid-May. Exact dates are not yet set, but that's generally what the dates are. Some academics, the NUS Student Exchange Program offers a wide range of courses. It's a very prestigious university, and however, exchange students are not permitted to take courses in business, law, or computer science. And some courses can be quite competitive, like economics. So just be aware of that beforehand. And you can also use the links here to look at the NUS mods or modules, the course search engine as well, course listings, and any restrictions they may have. It is a good thing to note that NUS, their application process, you have to select the right amount of courses, and they have to be available to you in order to get in. So part of your application is finding courses available. And for non-degree seeking students, which is what exchange students will be, they get the last pick. So it may be a little bit more difficult to find classes at the start, but there are rounds of searching for classes, and you will be given enough time to find courses that work for you. Just try to be flexible with this program. Hopefully you have some distribution credits that you need to do, and you're likely to find those over things like your major or minor credits. But that's not to say that you can't find those. So overall, it's a really great program. Yeah.
Yeah, and NUS, sorry, they have an extensive list of courses that students can choose from, all kinds of stuff. So in all likelihood, like Eli said, you'll probably find courses that you can use.
Yeah. I think I've seen one student, you don't want to take too much time because you do have a set number of courses that you can choose from based on each round. And if you choose courses that you know are going to be more difficult to get into, you're going to have to wait till the next round, and that can kind of put a strain on your housing application. So it's better to just be flexible going into the program and applying for programs or courses or modules that are uh, some that you know you will be able to get into, and things that are less competitive. But you'll likely find a lot of courses in their course listings. So just like this, there is some sample courses listed here. They have courses from all sorts of subjects that you may not see in other universities. These are just some examples of how diverse the courses can be. Of course, they have courses um, in like math and science and other uh, basic courses as well, but these are some fun ones that you can find as well. And here's some pictures from Singapore and US. This is their university here. It is a small country, but it has a lot to offer and a lot to see. I myself have never been there, but it is a huge travel destination for people all over the world.
Especially for food.
Oh yeah. Have you been?
Yeah, I've been to Singapore.
Yeah, I'm so jealous.
It's super diverse as well. They have four official languages. There's people from all different backgrounds, a lot of mostly Chinese, Malay, Indian, Western. So it's really a diverse place, which makes it pretty awesome.
Yeah, I
It's
have
extremely safe to, well, so is Tokyo, but Singapore's also extremely safe.
I have read that they take pride in that, and the policies that they have that are more modern and the mind
Also,
itself.
sorry to interrupt, but also
Yeah,
another reason this program is popular is well, besides NUS being a very prestigious school and offering a wide range of courses, one of the official languages is English. So outside of the university, everyone will be able to speak English, which wouldn't be the case if you were to go to Japan, for instance. So students who don't have another second language, that's one of the reasons that they might choose going to Singapore.
yeah. All right. There's another university exchange from Korea. It's the Yonsei University. Um, just as the other ones, you would be paying U of M tuition. And the dates, however, are late February to late June, so not too far off. And it works with the U of M schedule as well. For academics, you can select over 800 courses from various disciplines, and many of the courses are taught in English, except for some Korean language courses, and they do say so whether they're taught in English or Korean on their course catalog as well. Exchange students cannot take courses in medicine, dentistry and nursing, pharmacy, MBA, law, or music. However, there is so many courses in a wide range. I think just the other day I was surprised to find some psychology courses there, as well as I believe some neuroscience. I might have to check that again, but if you look through the course catalog, there is an option to find all these courses there. There's also a link here to show you some resources from the Yonsei Exchange Student Program website that I highly suggest checking out. Um, and here's some sample courses that you could take at Yonsei. Although you don't have to take Korean, it's not mandatory, but it is a good idea if you're going to be exploring the various areas of Seoul. It is set in the big city, so similar to the program in Japan and Singapore, you'll have quite um, a lot of things to see in quite a small space. So there's tons of things available to you. There's options to do Korean styled classes that may count for your distribution. So Korean pop culture and Korean wave, or like Korean studies for language if you want, and modern Korean history. But there are more than just this available. There's other things like strategic management or ecology or cultural anthropology as well. Um, and here are some pictures of the area. I myself lived in Korea for quite a long time. The Seoul is just a beautiful city. It's not a very diverse country, but at least in Seoul, you'll have tons of friends from all over the world. It is a more diverse area than the rest of the country would be. So there are definitely places you can find that have accommodating foods like halal foods or vegan or vegetarian, um, and the university itself is also very prestigious. It is considered an Ivy League school in Korea, um, one of the Sky universities. So really great option.
All right. So for all of these exchange programs we talked about, uh, they do have student housing, on-campus housing, or near campus housing for the exchange students. We highly, highly, highly recommend that you stay in the on-campus housing in the dormitories. I don't think they're all required, but I would say most all of our students do end up staying in on-campus housing. Um, there might be a few cases, maybe I'm thinking of Singapore, where students might have stayed off campus, but we do suggest this. The dorms are gonna be very convenient. They also plug students into social events and activities that the international students can take part in. There's of course, a support system that they offer if you're having any sort of trouble living in the host country or something with the school. You can easily access that. They're generally safer and more secure, and they can be cheaper than finding your own off-campus housing, apartment or student housing or Airbnb or something like that. These are just a few basic images of the housing at the different schools on our program, Compass program brochures. I believe there's some links to more housing in images and info if you want to check that out.
Yeah, all you have to do is look under the know, I think it's the more information or the know before you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, the tab under there.
All right. So those were all of the what we call the exchange programs, which is one style of program. And what we're going to talk about now is another type of program, which is a little bit different, and we call those partner programs. So for these ones, the one of the main differences is that it's not through a host university that CGIS has an exchange agreement with. Instead, our office works with what we call partners or providers, and those are study abroad organizations, educational organizations that have a presence in that country, and they host mostly from the United States students to do their various study abroad programs. So the other difference would be that instead of picking and choosing your courses like you would on an exchange program, for these partner programs, a lot of them you'll be taking a specific set of courses that can fulfill your distribution and your major or minor requirements. Some of them, depending on how focused they are, all the students for the semester might be taking the exact same 5 courses. Or you might have a few, like maybe there are 15 different course options you can take, and you could choose, say, 5 of those. So the courses are very much more limited, but they are focused on certain things. So they're also all going to be taught in English. And again, if you're an LSA student, you'd be earning in residence credit.
Yeah.
Oh, Eli, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So did you have another note on that one? I'm sorry.
No, I just thought I was going to do it.
Sorry. You're also going to be studying alongside students, mostly from US colleges and universities. You're really going to get to know your peers in these kind of programs. And like, for instance, Hikone, which is not a program that we're talking about today, it is a provider program, though, or partner program. Um, and you would be with tons of students from Michigan because or colleges in Michigan. So you'll likely find people who are going to the same program from the university or from areas around the U.S. that you can have lifelong meaningful relationships afterwards. And then an opportunity for meaningful, deeper immersion and discovery of the host culture and country, same as like the exchange programs, but a little bit different depending on where you go. You might be able to have a host family in some programs. You might be able to see the countryside or other parts of the country that you wouldn't be able to see from studying at the university in an exchange program, just being in the classroom. These programs are also very hands-on and experimental. It really depends on which program it is, but the way that they're set up can be different in many unique ways. So, and it's also not always considered a competitive program. They're not usually considered competitive programs. So these are good choices if you want a backup program to the program that you are applying to, if it's an exchange program, and you still want to experience the study abroad. Uh, so.
I'll add just a little bit. So I would say most of the partner programs, students who go on those maybe don't have to be as independent as students who are going on an exchange program, for instance, because the partner programs, they have a partner on site that I mentioned that works directly with the students. So if you, for instance, don't know how to, like on an exchange program, you would have to get from the airport to the school by yourself. You would have to figure out how to register for classes. If you have a medical issue, you'd have to figure out, oh, how do I find the university clinic? Whereas these partner programs, they work much more closely with the students. They'll usually be picking up students at the airport and taking them to the center where they'll be studying. They're just very more hands-on with the students. So if you've maybe never traveled before, you're a bit nervous about studying abroad for that long, this type of program might be um, a bit easier for you. Um, Also, I think Eli mentioned it a little bit, but you will be with uh, during the semester you're there, you will be with the same group of students who you go there, who are meet you there or go over there with you. So you'll be doing all of your courses together, or many of your courses together. You'll be doing a lot of the excursions and activities together. So you're always going to be around the same people all the time. Whereas an exchange program, it would be like an international exchange student coming here to Michigan, and they would have to go out and make friends and join clubs and figure out how to register and all that stuff. So I'll talk about we have many partner programs, but just going to talk about this one for winter in Thailand. It's called Culture, Ecology, and Community in Chiang Mai, Thailand, which is in northern Thailand. It's, I think, the second biggest city after Bangkok. For these partner programs, one of the main differences is that you do not pay tuition like you would on an exchange program. Instead, you pay what we call the program fee, and that's paid directly to the study abroad partner that organizes everything on site. Um, so for this one, we do have a special link here. It's called the info session sign up form. The partner, uh, it's ISDSI, which is International Sustainable Development Studies Institute in Thailand. If you're interested, they have the sign up form, and they can, I believe, have a one-on-one meeting with you to go over everything about the program and answer any questions you have. The other thing about partner programs is that they pretty much match up uh, the U.S. semester system. So, for instance, this one in Thailand runs from mid-January to mid-May. So, if you have something to do in the summer, like summer school or an internship or something, you're often, not always, but you're often that you can return to the US in time to do that. So for this program, all students take 18 credits. So that's what I was talking about. Um, Everyone takes the same group set of courses and earns the same number of credits. You can't take, oh, but I only want to take 12, like on an exchange program. You can't do that. You have to take what they offer, you take. So again, the courses that you'll be taking are focused. So for this particular one, there is a Thai language and society. Um, of course, I would say all students going on this have probably never taken Thai and know nothing about the language, but you do have to take this, and it's just basic Thai language skills and introduction to Thai culture. And then sustainable food systems, political ecology of forests, the culture and ecology of the Andaman coast, which is in southern Thailand. So you have to take those 4 courses. So kind of the difference between an exchange program, it could attract all different majors, whereas many of these partner programs, for instance, this one, it may attract maybe an environmental studies majors more, but the program, of course, is open to any major, and they do like to have a variety of majors going instead of just one type of major. This program's very hands-on. There's a lot of traveling from the north in the mountainous jungles down to the south of Thailand, which you can see a photo of there, to these different beaches and coral reefs. So if you like traveling and doing hands-on things, kayaking, scuba, snorkeling, things like that, maybe some camping, sea kayaking, this type of program might appeal to you. These are just some photos from the program. It's very active, as you can see. A lot of stuff is outside of the classroom. There are like lectures and classroom sessions, I believe, but a lot of it, the learning is done outside in the field.
Yeah, I could say something about this that the ISDSI emphasized was that they built these courses based on Peace Corps, and how they designed it was that you learn the language and then you go out into the field and you work for the courses, but you're also learning from locals, and it's very community based, so that I've heard that they make such great friends with the community, and ISDSI itself works well with the community around. So it's quite a great program for the location.
But yeah, also when you go out in the field and you're learning and communicating with the locals, there is a translator, because obviously you're not going to be able to learn academic level Thai in a semester. So the language part is kind of like just basic Thai.
Yeah.
Um, so on this program, it's in Chiang Mai, which is a very uh, touristy city up in the north of Thailand. A lot of people go there to go trekking in the jungle, kayaking and bamboo rafting, all that kind of stuff. So they do get a lot of tourists. Chiang Mai has everything you could ask for. It's a very urban city. But ISDSI does have its own campus in Chiang Mai, Thailand, and you can see they've built that unique structure out of shipping containers. So all of the classrooms are in there, library. They also have a coffee shop and a gym, I think, on the premises. And then the students live in studio apartments uh, just nearby this center. They also have, sorry, you can disregard the purple box on the left. Um, the one I'm talking about is the blue box. Um, They also have host families that you can stay with. And in fact, when you're doing the travel around Thailand away from Chiang Mai, you will be staying with host families up in the hills and along the ocean. So that provides students a really unique experience besides just staying in a dorm or in a studio apartment. You really get to see how some people in Thailand live traditionally. But when you're in Chiang Mai, you will be staying in off-campus apartments right near the center there. And sorry, just to
Right.
mention, there is camp. I think I mentioned it before, but there is camping involved in the fourth part of the program. I can do one of these boxes, Eli, if you
Yeah,
want.
sounds good. Um, shall I start?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, so the University of Michigan Office of Financial Aid, students are able to use financial aid packages in some form or other towards their study abroad program. We really recommend that applicants meet with the Office of Financial Aid to discuss how their aid packages will be applied towards their study abroad program. In order to do this, you can get an idea of how much aid you could receive by filling out the study abroad estimate worksheet. It's a very easy worksheet to fill out. Just look at the budget sheet that is associated with the program. The budget sheet can be located on the Compass brochure under the Finances tabs. If the budget sheet is not filled out yet, I believe they're all filled out, but if oh, well, actually, they might not be filled out yet. Please use the prior year as a general estimate of how much it's going to be costing for you. And then you can also email them to reach out and see how much aid you could be receiving as well, and their phone number is listed below.
Okay, I'll talk about the LSA Study Abroad Scholarship, but just before I do that, I do want to stress that the Office of Financial Aid, they have a special team within their office that only works with study abroad students and study abroad financial aid. So that's very helpful. But both of these offices, scholarships and financial aid, they are very, very willing to meet with students, and they have told us like, please ask students, encourage them to email us or meet with us. They can really go over your own unique financial situation and tell you how you can get funding for study abroad. So I'll talk about the LSA Study Abroad Scholarship. This is our number one. It's not a CGIS scholarship, but it's the number one scholarship that students studying abroad with us apply for. It's the LSA Study Abroad Scholarship. If you're eligible, I mean, you can check the link there to check the eligibility. But if you're eligible, we highly recommend that you apply for this scholarship. It helps cover the program fee of the um, program, and you can also use any funding for travel and housing and whatnot. They have, from what I understand, they do have a lot of money to give out, and most students uh, get anywhere from $1,000 to $10,000, which you can use for your study abroad. And I think, according to this, over 95% of eligible LSA applicants get some sort of funding. There are certain deadlines for this for each study term. So again, you can go to the link there and check the eligibility, but you can also check the application deadlines um, so that you can apply in time.
Uh, one note is if you're not an LSA student, there are still scholarships available to you. Check with your departments. I've heard that some departments have money for this case, but they don't have many students who inquire about it. So just check with your department. There's also a More Scholarships tab on the CGIS website that's listed under scholarships, that you can find tons and tons of scholarships under different departments and also specific providers as well as universities abroad. So please check that out as well.
Okay, so we'll talk a bit about the application process. So in some ways they're the same, but in some ways they're different. So the two types of programs, the exchange programs and the partner programs. So I'll talk about the process for the exchange programs. So for these, you're going to be applying first on mCompass. That's where CGIS, and not just CGIS, but all different units across campus host their study abroad info. And that's where students apply. So you'd first apply on mCompass. There are certain application deadlines that you have to meet. Once those application deadlines have passed, CGIS will review all of the complete applications, and then we do what we call nominate students. So for the exchange programs, we review, and then the ones that we select will nominate to the host university in Japan or Singapore or wherever. And then at that point, all the nominees will create an application with the host university. Usually it's all electronic, done on a portal. You might have to email some documents and things. So there are two parts, the CGIS part and the host university part. And in the end, the host university will make the final admissions decision.
Yeah. For partner programs, it's quite similar. You do have to apply to two applications generally. Applying to the mCompass application for the CGIS side, and on the partner website portal. They might have a website, they might have a portal, they might look similar to ours, and it might be completely different. But both parts of the application must be completed by the deadline that's shown in mCompass. So if their deadline is farther out, please make sure that you're completing it by what we have said on our mCompass brochure, because it factors into financial aid when you're going to get your aid, and other parts of the process of orientation and your requirements as well. Both CGIS and the partner review your applications, and just like the exchange programs, we nominate you to the partner, and then the partner will make the final admission decision as well.
And then the deadlines, we'll get to your question in a minute, but like the deadlines for CGIS application deadlines for winter are typically due by September the 15th. Some of our programs, however, have an earlier application deadline. So most of them are going to be September the 15th, but you don't want to just rely on that. So please check your specific program. It might have an earlier date. You can find that info in mCompass. And yeah, all right. Thanks for coming today. We'll continue because we are recording this, and we'll send it out to you and along with the PDF slides.
Okay, I'm going to stop sharing now and stop recording.